is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And welcome to PGA Championship Weekend, where we'll have a baseball doubleheader for you right now between the Yankees and the Tigers. And of course, tonight in prime time here on Twitch, and starting tomorrow on YouTube, the PGA Championship from Harding Park. More about the golf in a bit. Let's get to the baseball for you. This is a huge doubleheader for the New York Yankees. They are 79 and 55. They kind of control their own destiny in the American League East. Excuse me. They have finished their season against the Baltimore Orioles, and if there is a one-game playoff with Baltimore, it would be in New York. But they have 2 games left against Milwaukee, but Milwaukee has pretty much won the season series. It's 11-2 in favor of the Brewers. And so any one-game, 163rd game would be in Milwaukee. So the Yankees have got to take care of business now, and they're going to go with Ron Guidry here in Game 1. The Tigers have played well. This is not a bad Tiger team. They're young, they're hungry. They're a few years away from really contending, but at 67 and 68, this is not a terrible year. In fact, the Tigers are tied with the Boston Red Sox for 4th in the American League East. They will go with Milt Wilcox in Game 1. It is a cold, cloudy, rainy Labor Day afternoon here in New York City. If they were playing tennis in Flushing Meadow, they wouldn't be playing tennis in Flushing Meadow. It's raining. It's 70 degrees, not 17 yet. That would be pretty gosh darn cold for September. It's raining, it's 70 degrees, and the wind's howling from left to right at 16. So there's no tennis at Flushing Meadow, but there is baseball in the Bronx. The Yankees and the Tigers next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Today, a doubleheader from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. It's the New York Yankees, first place in the American League East at 79 and 55, versus the Detroit Tigers at 67 and 68. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so Ron Guidry will take his warm-up tosses as the Yankees try to get ahead on this big doubleheader. Guidry is making his case as a Cy Young Award winner. This is his 29th start. Now, if you see that 35 up in there and the game started, remember the 35th game would have been the one-game playoff against the Red Sox. So, if the Yankees don't get that game in, whether it's against the Orioles at New York or the Brewers in Milwaukee, he will not make that 35th start. So technically 6 more starts maybe for Guidry. He is 18 and 6 with an ERA of 2.17. He has a no-hitter on his card against the Tigers. This is his 3rd start, and he has aced them well. 16 2/3 innings, 5 hits. A run, it was earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 14. He is 2-0 with an ERA of 0.54. And the Tigers are hitting 0.86 against him. His last start was against Baltimore on the 30th. 6 1/3 innings. He took a rare loss, only his 6th of the year. 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 5 and struck out 8. That's coming off his no-hitter against Oakland here at the stadium. So overall, 236 innings, 163 hits, 60 runs, 57 earned, 15 homers, 74 walks, and 224 strikeouts. Throws the fastball at 96 and doesn't favor the ground ball or the fly ball. And an added bonus, if you're a Yankee fan, if they win the division in the customary 162 games, you would get Guidry in Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. As it was, he didn't pitch until Game 3 in New York because he had to pitch the one-game playoff in Boston. Defensively for New York, Piniella a 6 and a 2 in left, Mickey Rivers an 8 and a 5 in center, and Reggie Jackson a 6 and an 8 in right. Craig Nettles a 10 at third, Bucky Dent a 6 at short, Willie Randolph a 7 at second, Chris Chambliss a 10 at first, Thurman Munson a 9 and an 8 behind the plate, and Guidry is an 8 with a .967 fielding percentage. As Mr. Forsberg says, Sparky is a year away, and they really need Jack Morris to develop into that ace pitcher. Once they got the pitching, the Tigers were in good shape. They could have contended as early as 82. Ron LaFleur leads off in center field for the Tigers. Lou Whitaker is at second base, and he'll bat second in Game 1. Rusty Staub, the DH, will go third. Look at all the lefties against Guidry here in Game 1. Milt Thompson, or Jason Thompson at first, will clean up. Steve Kemp in left will bat fifth. Lance Parrish behind the plate goes sixth. Sean Walkenfuss in right will go seventh. Aurelio Rodriguez at third will bat eighth, and Alan Trammell at short will bat ninth. And Milt Wilcox, when he takes the hill, can go as many as 135 pitches. So, it's a triple-header day, a doubleheader of baseball right now, and golf tonight. Guidry's ready, so is LaFleur. 281, 11 homers, and 45 RBI. Chambliss and Nettles play for the bunt. LaFleur up the middle, a base hit. Swinging all the way. And the Tigers start this one off with a single. Tigers would love to split. And it's not inconceivable if they beat Guidry that they could sweep them. And they would be smiling about that in both Baltimore and Milwaukee. Here's Whitaker. Lou at 304, a homer, and 45 RBI. They play for the bunt again. Got him. Guidry got him on an 0-2 changeup on the outside corner. Took something off at 1 away for Rusty Staub at 287. 24 homers and 108 RBI. Great year for Rusty. There goes LaFleur to throw down to Dent, not in time. And so for LaFleur, that's steal number 61. So an 0-1 count to Staub. Full house here at the stadium for both ends. Guidry delivers. Ground ball to short. Dent to Randolph. They've got LaFleur picked off. LaFleur went and got tagged. And you'll make that trade with Staub 17 times out of 12. And so it goes 6-4-5-4 on the play. And attach the first 3 digits of your phone number and tell them how much is in the Bowling for Dollars jackpot this afternoon. Jason Thompson comes to the plate, 293, 16 homers and 88 RBI. Again, it's not a bad Tiger club. Pitch to Thompson. Line drive to Randolph, and that'll do. So the Tigers get a runner on and leave one on. Half an inning in the books. Detroit, nothing. Here come the Yankees. Milt Wilcox is making start number 23. He has 4 left after this. He is 10-9. That's the good news for the Tigers. The bad news is his ERA is 5.78. 2 runs and change above his real-life number. Against the Yankees, well, he didn't get a decision. I'm surprised. 9 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7. But yet, no decision. His last start, I had to double check, was against the Twins on the 29th of August. A loss, 3 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 1. So, Mr. Wilcox, kind of pitching like Dr. Jekyll right now, or Mr. Hyde right now. 165 innings, 192 hits, 24 home runs, 117 runs in total, 106 earned. He's walked 65 and struck out 110. His last win came against the Blue Jays on the 24th. So this will be the lineup that Wilcox will face. Mickey Rivers leads off in center field. Willie Randolph running out of at-bats in 1978 will bat second. Thurman Munson will catch and bat third. Reggie Jackson cleans up in right. Chris Chambliss at first will bat fifth. Craig Nettles at third will go sixth. Lou Piniella in left will bat seventh. Jim Spencer, the DH, will go eighth. And Bucky Dent will play short and bat ninth. Guidry threw 10 pitches in the first. Outside of Spencer, that pretty much is the optimal Yankee lineup. You can throw in Roy White if you want to, and that would be it. But so that's what the Yankees will line up with in Game 1. Steve Kemp for the Tigers is a 6-4 in left. Ron LaFleur a 6-6 in center. John Wockenfuss a 3-5 in right. Aurelio Rodriguez playing for the Bunt is an 8 at third. Alan Trammell a 9 at short. Lou Whitaker an 8 at second. Jason Thompson an 8 at first. And Lance Parrish a 5 and an 8 behind the plate. Rivers at 305, 6 homers and 33 RBI. Pitch to Mickey is a fly ball to right. Wockenfuss comes in, 1 out. It's a light rain here at the stadium, and what you don't want to see with Guidry on the mound, if you're a Yankee fan, is it's turned into a delay. You cannot have a rain out here. We'll get the game in. And, of course, we got a second one coming, too. Randolph at 287. Willie has 2 homers and 35 RBI. This is Labor Day Monday, the 4th of September, 1978. And he hits a ground ball by the bag at second. Whitaker over to first. 2 out. And that'll bring up Thurman at 284, 6 homers and 67 RBI. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, will be the Red Sox and the Orioles from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. Then we'll have a double header for you on Monday after morning, too. So 5 games coming up. Pitch to Munson. There's a little ground ball to Trammell behind the bag over to first, and Munson's retired. So the Yankees go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second, no score. So Kemp at 288. Steve has 17 homers and 72 RBI. Pitch from Guidry. Fly ball, left center field. That's into Death Valley, and Rivers will track that down, 1 out. So the Tigers have a decent chance, and more than a decent chance, of finishing above 82 wins. Yeah, most places start after Labor Day. We always started before. 4-day week, 3 days off, and then the second week, a 4-day week. Labor Day is the 7th this year. Here's Parrish at 218, Lance at 15 homers and 43 RBI. And there's a ground ball to Dent over to Chambliss for the second out. So Guidry, Yankees would love him to go deep. Here's Wockenfuss, 278. Johnny on the spot with 6 homers and 15 RBI. And there's a line drive all the way to the wall in right center. Wockenfuss is in with a 2-out double. And that brings up Emilio Rodriguez at 237. 8 homers and 33 RBI. So Guidry will have to work from the stretch. And there's a base hit right center field. Wockenfuss will score. Rodriguez is in to second. And the Tigers lead 1-0. So a good start for Detroit. And that'll bring up Trammell at 270, a homer and 39 RBI. But remember, the Yankees are a plucky, plucky bunch. Trammell up the middle. Rivers will dive and can't make the catch. So Trammell will get on with a single, and Rodriguez will score, and it's 2-0 Detroit. Rivers with a good throw. Remember, he has an average arm, but Rodriguez had a full head of steam, and it's 2-0 Tigers. And so this is the dream start for Detroit. Guidry threw 9 batters, 30 pitches, an inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and a strikeout. Here's LaFleur. He singled and stole to 61st base. And this time he pops it up right side, Chambliss into foul territory, and somebody from Brooklyn made that catch. And the count is 0-2. So Guidry kind of skidded a bit here in the second. And there's a base hit center field. Trammell will go to third. And the Tigers have runners on the corners, 2 out for Lou Whitaker, who struck out his first time up. Guidry delivers. There's a base hit right center field. A bad start from Rivers, and that got down. And it's 3-0 Detroit. Somebody passed Mr. Forsberg to smelling salts. So here's Rusty Staub. He's 0 for 1. LaFleur on third. He's dancing like he's got some stars around him. And Whitaker on first. Popped up center field. Rivers will go back and make the catch. But the Tigers unload on Ron Guidry. 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Tigers. Well, Detroit spotted the Yankees 3, or the Yankees have spotted Detroit 3. Reggie at 302, 23 homers and 82 RBI. Line drive base hit. And the straw has found the drink. Now here's Chambliss at 268, 10 homers and 83 RBI. So a big inning for the Tigers. And now Guidry's going to have to bear down and hope his offense can bail him out. Throw to first, Reggie back. Pitch to Chambliss. Line drive to Wilcox. He throws to first, and Reggie is doubled off. Wilcox just put the glove up there as a pure reflex, and Reggie was halfway to second. And Wilcox has flung it over to Thompson, and that's 2. And there's 2 out for Nettles, who's at 316, 27 homers, and 95 RBI. Nettles, and there's a liner in the left center field. That's a base hit. So a 2-out single, and man, does that sting with a double play. Reggie did the right thing. That looked like that was going to be a base hit. Here's Piniella, 296, 2 homers, and 53 RBI. Wilcox's pitch struck him out. He got him to chase a curveball out of the zone. And the Yankees go down. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Ralph Houk just kind of sits in that Tiger dugout and laughs after 2, 3-0 Tigers. Jason Thompson is 0 for 1. Wind now at left to right at 12. A little warmer, 71. Kids are running around the t-shirts. The adults got their fall jackets on. Pitch to Jason is a fly ball left field. Piniella is there. 1 out. So here's his standings. The Dodgers by 3.5 over the Reds. Still think the Dodgers are the team to beat in the West. Philadelphia by 4 over Pittsburgh. That's the largest lead of anybody right now. Texas by 2.5 over Kansas City and 4 over Minnesota. By the way, the Dodgers and Reds, if we go to a one-game playoff, too close to call. They have 6 games left. Dodgers currently lead 7-5. Philadelphia would host a one-game playoff if they needed over Pittsburgh. Kansas City would host a one-game playoff if they need to play Texas. Yankees a half game over Baltimore, and Baltimore would host that one-game playoff, and 3 over Milwaukee, who's lost 2 straight. But if that goes to a one-game playoff between the Yankees and the Brewers, it would be in Milwaukee. There's a quiz on that later. Here's Campy's 0 for 1. Pitch from Guidry. Ball 4. So a 1-out walk first from Guidry. And that'll bring up Parrish, who's 0 for 1. Kemp isn't going to steal. Parrish. Line drive to Nettles. Had it, played perfectly, and there's 2 out. Walkenfoot's doubled and scored in the second. And he'll hit a hard grounder up the middle past a diving Randolph, and that's the 7th Tiger hit. So Guidry is not playing with his A game today. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He doubled home a run in the second. He doubled home the first run. Kemp on second. Walkenfoot's on first. 3-0 Tigers. Top of the 3rd inning of Game 1. If you're wondering why we're on now, it's a doubleheader. Pitch to Rodriguez is a line drive to Chambliss, and that will retire the side. In fact, he made a hard catch, too. So the Tigers strand 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 2.5, it's 3-0 Tigers. So Spencer, Dent, and Rivers to face Wilcox here in the 3rd. Spencer at .234. 7 homers and 23 RBI. Continues to rain here in New York. Spencer into right. Walkenfoot comes in, 1 out. And that'll bring up Bucky Dent at .215, 3 homers and 23 RBI. So the Yankees can knock off 4 off their magic number today if they sweep and both Baltimore and Milwaukee lose. So an important Labor Day for the Bombers. Pitch to Dent. There's a fly ball to right. Crowd likes it, but the wind will hold that in the park. 2 away. Walkenfoot with the catch. So Wilcox, an opening 9 of 2 2/3 innings, 30 pitches, and 2 hits along with a strikeout. Rivers is 0 for 1. And Mickey hits that one right back to Wilcox. Ha-ha! Look what I found. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 4th. It's 3-0 Tigers. So Trammell, LaFleur, and Whittaker to face Guidry here in the 4th inning. Trammell singled, scored, and drove in his 40th. And Guidry just pitching with his B game today. Got him. He got him on a 1-2 off speed. Then maybe Guidry seems to be having trouble on the mound. It's raining just hard enough to be a nuisance. So through 18 batters, the Gator at 60 pitches, 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs all earned. He has walked 1 and only fanned 2. LaFleur is 2 for 2, has singled twice and stole a base. A fly ball to left. Piniella has it 2 out. So Guidry needs a quick inning here. Here's Whittaker. He has struck out and had an RBI single. Guidry got him. So he got him looking on an 0-2. And so just changing some speeds and putting some spin on the ball worked. The Tigers finally go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Tigers. And so the ballpark here in the Bronx, unless you're trying to poke one down the right field line, is playing big. Minus 3% for the batting average for the lefties, minus 8 for the right. Home runs, Death Valley will take 10% off the average of home runs in left center, but that short porch and right, a plus 32 for the Dingers. Randolph is 0 for 1. Popped up. Trammell, 1 out. Wackenfuss in right is like playing a blind squirrel to play right field. He's a 3 out there, which isn't good, you're right, but the arm is average. Hitting 2 for 2, though. He's done his part at the plate. Here's Munson. He's 0 for 1. And that's not 0 for 1 anymore. That's down the line and left. Munson's digging for 2. He's in there. So the Yankees have a 1-out double, and here's Reggie. Jackson singled his first time up. And maybe there's a bit of buzz here at the ballpark. Pitch to Reggie. Here's a line drive to Whittaker. 2 out. And that'll bring up Chambliss, who's 0 for 1. Wilcox. Base hit, right center field. Wackenfuss will pick it up. Munson will round third and score. And the Yankees are on the board 3-1. Yankees can chip away. Here's Nettles. He singled his first time up. Wilcox, this is his hardest inning. He's thrown 18 pitches here in the fourth. In the left, Kemp in the corner will make the catch to retire the side. But the Yankees get a run on 2 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on after 4. 3-1 Tigers. So Rusty Staub, Jason Thompson, and Steve Kemp to face Guidry here in the 5th. Staub is 0 for 2. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Detroit. They've left 5 on. The Yankees, a run on 4 hits and no errors, and they've left 2 on. Pitch to Staub is a line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit. That's the 8th hit allowed by Guidry. Jason Thompson is 0 for 2. Guidry fidgets and deals. Struck him out. Got him on a 2-2 curve. 1 out. And that's 4 for Guidry. His season high is 16. Won't do that today. Kemp 0 for 1 with a walk. And there's a slow roller to Dent. He didn't get there in time. They got caught on the grass, and Kemp beat it out. So Guidry just kind of walks around the mound for a second for Lance Parrish, who's 0 for 2. So Staub on second and Kemp on first. That's the 9th Tiger hit. Pitch to Parrish. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball. He reared back and put something on that one at 96. And there's 2 out for John Wackenfuss. John has singled, doubled, and scored. Guidry from the stretch. Line drive, base hit. Rivers will pick it up. Staub's going to round third. Rivers has a chance. Munson with a tag. No, sir. 4-1 Detroit. So Rivers had a good throw, but it wasn't enough. And that's the 10th hit from the Tigers. And now I'll bring up Rodriguez, who was 1 for 2. He has doubled, scored, and drove in his 34th. And once again, the lead is 3. Guidry to third. Nettles goes across the way to Chambliss, and that will retire the side. You're going to get the break, and I'm going to take a drink. We're halfway home here in game 1 of 2. Tigers 4, Yankees 1. And so as we cross the noon hour here on the East Coast, my name is Ron Jeckett. This is a doubleheader day if you're watching live on Twitch. And in game 1, the Tigers lead the Yankees 4-1 as we play the bottom of the 5th. Tigers put 3 on Ron Guidry in the second. Aurelio Rodriguez doubled home run to make it 1-0. Alan Trammell singled home run to make it 2-0. And then Whitaker singled home Trammell to make it 3-0. The Yankees huffed and puffed in the 4th. Chris Chambliss scored Thurman Munson on a single to make it 3-1. But the Tigers got it back. John Walkenfuss singled home Rusty Staub, and that's where we stand, 4-1. And for Ron Guidry, well, he's pitching like he's got a pair of sneakers that don't fit. 5 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs all earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 5. Wilcox, a 4-hitter through 4. And so while I take a drink, we'll tell you that Luke Piniella is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pitch. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez over to Thompson, 1 out. So if you had Milt Wilcox out pitching Ron Guidry, I want to know what you put in your coffee this morning. I didn't think this was going to happen. Here's Jim Spencer. He's 0 for 1. Wilcox deals. Here's a pop-up. Whitaker. That's a rainmaker. Behind the bag at second. And still raining, by the way, and the wind has shifted. Now blowing in from left. So over the Hudson River. At 12. 2 out for Bucky Dent. Bucky's 0 for 1. Wilcox. And there's a line drive. Trammell played that perfectly. He chased that down like a mom in a stroller, and that will retire the side. The Yankees, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Contain yourself, Mr. Forsberg. I can see you smiling from here. After 5, Tigers 4, Yankees 1. So Trammell, LaFleur, and Whitaker to face Guidry here in the 6th. Allen 1 for 2. He has singled, struck out, driven in a run, and singled. Yep, there's a big wind blowing down from the owner's booth here at Yankee Stadium. Mr. Steinbrenner will not be happy. This was a chance for the Yankees, well, it's not over yet, to maybe give themselves a bit of room. But if the best they can do is split, how you doing, my friend? Then that's not what the Yankees need. They need wins. Pitch to Trammell. Struck him out. 6 for Guidry. Again, it's the off-speed stuff that Guidry's getting the hitters with. And that brings up LaFleur. So 27 batters for Guidry. 5 1/3 innings. 10 hits. A walk. 6 strikeouts. 99 pitches. And only 5 1/3 innings. And you would think this would not be the game the Yankees would empty the bullpen with. As long as it stays a 3-run game, I think, well, I'm the one managing the Yankees. We'll stick with Guidry, but if it gets any closer or any further out, then you got to go. Pitch to LaFleur, ball 4, and so LaFleur has had a monster game, and he's already stolen one. Here's Whittaker. He's 1 for 3. Has singled, struck out twice, and driven in a run. Throw to first. LaFleur is out. Guidry picked him off. That's huge. Just a subtle roll of the shoulders and the throw to first, and LaFleur is picked off. That's big. That's big. 3 runs is still a game, yeah. Yep, Mr. Potley, how are you? So Guidry helps his own cause there. So here's Whittaker, 2 out. And Lou lines out one to Dent, who makes a leaping catch. So, no runs, no hits in the pickoff, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Detroit. So Wilcox will face Rivers, Randolph, and Munson through 18 batters, 61 pitches for Milt, 5 innings, 4 hits, and a strikeout. And the 1 run was earned. LeVar Burton would have gotten back if he was on first. Yep, that's right. You know, Billy Martin played Billy Martin in that movie. And those are the things that you don't necessarily hear on a Fortnite stream. Do you think Jordy would have worn the cool shades, though? He's not a mutter. He did steal a bag, though. Pitch to Rivers. Struck him out! He took a horrible swing at an 0-2, and that's 1. And that'll bring up Randolph, who's 0 for 2. Or would Burton have tasted the rainbow, reading the bag at first? Yes, I'll be here all the week. Please tip your waitress. Pitch to Randolph, ball 4. Guidry has given up 10 hits through 6. RBIs by Walken, Fuss, Rodriguez, and Trammell. And Milt Wilcox is pitching really, really well. Randolph on first, 1 out from Munson. Thurman is 1 for 2. He's doubled and scored. Pitch. And there's a ground ball right back to Wilcox. Whittaker for 1 to throw. I don't think they're going to get Munson, but they do get the lead runner. And there's 2 out for Reggie. Reggie's 1 for 2. It's still raining here in New York. 73 degrees. And with that, no, the doubleheader is today. It's golf tonight. LaFleur, yeah. Wow, in 1980. And of course, you're playing on the turf in Montreal. He swiped 97 with Dick Williams as his manager and was only caught 19 times. And there's a fly ball to right. That'll stay in the yard. Walkenfuss is there, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We've played 6. Detroit 4, the Yankees 1. So Staub, Thompson, and Kemp. How you doing, Jamie? Rusty 1 for 3. Singled and scored a run. We'll play the day in baseball after game 1. And the commissioner's office has announced for the American League East, well, you know that if there's a 1-game playoff between the Yankees and Orioles, it would be in New York. But since Milwaukee has won the season series against the Yankees, if there is a 1-gamer between the Yankees and the Brewers, it would be in Milwaukee. Staub 1 for 3. Rusty, slow roller to Chambliss. Over to Guidry, and that's an out. I didn't check to see about Baltimore and Milwaukee. We'll look at that in a minute. Here's Thompson. He's 0 for 3. Jason has struck out once. In the West, any 1-game playoff between Texas and Kansas City will be in Kansas City. In the National League East, any playoff game between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh will be in Philadelphia. They have won that season series. They're not done yet, but they're over the magic number of 9. Gidry must have been at Studio 54. Yeah. And if you're wondering about the National League West, well, the Dodgers and Reds play 6 more times. And the season series is 7-5 Los Angeles. So, too too early to call. You had all the adequate info that you possibly could have had if you'd paid attention. You also got a recap at noon. So Thompson's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And there's a line drive center field. Rivers will throw that in, and Gidry's at 118. So 11 hits. Tigers got 3 runs in the second. Pretty much punch and Judy hitters. Walkenfuss, Rodriguez, and Trammell with RBI singles. And Whittaker and the Yankees got a solo run in the fourth on a Chambliss single. Here's Kemp, 1 for 2. He singled and walked. Single game for you tomorrow. Red Sox and Orioles at noon Eastern. And when we get together Monday for baseball, it'll be 11:30. Because there's a doubleheader between 2 American League West teams that I can't remember. I think one of them is the Texas Rangers. Yeah. Pitch to Kemp. Here's a fly ball, left center. Rivers will come in. Thompson retreats back to first. And there's 2 out. Brings up Lance Parrish, who's 0 for 3. This will probably be Gidry's last inning. And Lance strikes out. So Gidry got him on a 1-2 fastball inside the knee. Stretch time, 4-1 Tigers. Helps if I hit the right button. Caught me with a mouthful of snack. So Milt Wilcox starts the 7th on a 4-hitter. Here's Chambliss. He had the RBI single in the 4th for the lone Yankee run. And there's a ground ball base hit right side. And Chambliss leads off the inning with a single. Here's Nettles. Craig is 1 for 2. Wilcox's pitch into shallow left center. LaFleur comes in to make the catch. 1 out. For Piniella. We were talking earlier that outside of Spencer, this is a lineup the Yankees would love to have fielded in the playoffs. Remember, if the Yankees do win the division, no Willie Randolph in the playoffs. Pitch to Piniella. Here's a slow roller to Trammell. To Whittaker for 1. Over to Thompson. Can they turn it? Can they turn it? Yes, they do. Call it 2. And we go to the 8th. Believe it, Michigan man. 4-1 Detroit. So Gidry, we're going to take a look. They could go with Gossage or Lyle. It would probably be Sparky. Tribe fan, how are you? I think we're going to leave him until he gives up a base runner. That Yankee pen is thin. And the less outs you need to get from them, the better. Walkenfuss is 3 for 3. He has singled twice, doubled, drove in a run and scored. Pitch to John is a fly ball, left center field. Piniella is there, 1 out. Piniella didn't need to walk, though. He had usually runners on in front of him. That was RBI opportunity central. Here's Rodriguez. Aurelio is doubled. He's 1 for 3. Scored and drove in a run. Pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Dent across the way to Chambliss, 2 out. Happy Thursday to you. Here's Trammell. Allen 1 for 3. Has singled and struck out twice. Spencer, Dent, and Rivers for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch from Guidry. And there's a ground ball right back to Ronnie. He throws to first, and out will retire the side. So Tim Corcoran will come into play right field. As Mr. Forsberg says, get that experiment out of right. So Walkenfuss's day is done, but he's 3 for 4, at least in game 1. Wilcox, 80 pitches, needs 6 outs. Yeah, Guidry needed the easy inning, too. And I agree, Kent certainly. And I would go with Grich, too. Although Moose Stubing's family probably doesn't agree on Bobby Grich. Jim Spencer is 0 for 2. Wilcox delivers. There's a long... Oh, my goodness gracious. He hit that one above the bullpens. It is now raining hard. He hit that one into the wind. Oh, my goodness gracious. 4 to 2. That was a moonshot. And Kemp and LaFleur, they didn't even turn to watch it go. They knew. And it's 4 to 2. Here's Dent. Bucky's 0 for 2. I apologize to Jim Spencer for calling him inadequate. Pitch to Bucky. There's a liner in the left center field, and that is a single. And now the tying run is at the plate. That was probably 475 out there. That was a monster bomb. Oh, baby. Rivers is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Wilcox, through 27 batters, 7 plus innings, 7 hits. The home run to Spencer, which I believe is being tracked at the Johnson Space Center. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Pitch to Rivers. Ground ball to first. Thompson to second for 1. No throw. And there's 1 out for Randolph. Yeah, he nuked that one. So 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Tigers. They've left 8 on. The Yankees, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they've only stranded 3. Randolph, 0 for 2 with a walk. That might have been an Ephus pitch for sure. My goodness, that was nailed. To short, Trammell, Whittaker for 1, over to first, and I think they got him. They do. And so 1 run on 2 hits. I cannot read who's telling me good afternoon. I think it's Amish Elvis. And no errors. We go to the 9th in game number 1. Detroit 4, the Yankees 2. I wonder if anybody's ever hit that billboard by the scoreboard in left center. That's by the old bleachers. You know, that's where it was 470, 480 at the old stadium. They're going to give Guidry the benefit of the doubt here. 5th time through the lineup, LaFleur 2 for 3. He has stolen the base and walked. So Guidry, 36 batters, 135 pitches on the nose. 8 hits, 8 innings, 11 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 7. It will be Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss. Yeah, Frank Howard certainly could have done it. McGuire might have done it with the A's. I mean, he had that kind of juiced-up power. Pitch from Guidry. There's a ground ball to Randolph. Over to Chambliss, 1 out. So here's Whittaker. Lou was 1 for 4. He has single, struck out twice, and driven in a run. Popped up. Right side. Chambliss. 2 out. So Guidry. Mickey was a switch hitter. The Babe would have pulled it down the line and right. I'm Ron, by the way, not Rob. Here's Staub. Rusty 1 for 4. Single and a run scored. So, the one that Mickey hit, way up on the third deck and right, but his biggest home run, wasn't that at Griffin? In Washington? Didn't he hit one almost 700 feet there? Pitch to Staub is a fly ball to right. They're going to get the complete game out of Guidry unless the Yankees can come back. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the ninth, 4-2 Tigers. McGuire already wrecked one. That's right. At the Jake. Didn't he take out the Big Mac sign in St. Louis at Old Bush? Oh, Jim Thome was just a good all-around player. So it'll be Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss, with Nettles and Piniella to follow. So the Yankees, if they're going to get to Wilcox, here's their chance. Pitch in the shallow right center. LaFleur is there. No worries, 1 out. Here's Jackson. Reggie 1 for 3. It was in D.C. Although Mantle hit one at Southern Cal that went over 600 feet. Was that where was that? The Coliseum or wherever they play? 1 out for Jackson. Bat flipping. Yeah. Pitch to Reggie. Ball 4. So the tying run is at the plate for Chambliss, who has singled twice. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Computers run in Detroit. So that roller coaster belongs to Ralph Houck, not me. Ground ball to Trammell. They'll get 1. Whittaker for 1 over to Thompson. 2. 1. So 2 out for Nettles, who was 1 for 3. USC Field hit a car in a parking lot, so they knew right where it landed. And the Dodgers are playing the Colts in Lorenzo's world. Too bad that game's not at the Coliseum. Johnny Unitas would have felt right at home. So 2 out for Nettles. Wilcox trying to get the 27th out. Pitch to Nettles. Line drive. Foul. Ho ho. And somebody from Bayonne made that play. And the count is 0-2. So the Yankees are down to their last strike in game 1. Wilcox. It's now raining hard here. And 75 degrees. Here's the pitch. And here's a base hit right field. Corcoran will pick it up. Trammell will get the throw. And Nettles is in with a double. And now the tying run is on second and the winning run at the plate. So Houck, is he going to stay with Wilcox here? Lou is 0 for 3. That Kingman could bomb him. They stay with Wilcox, and the game is tied. Piniella has singled home 2, and the Yankees have played a 2 with 2 out in the 9th inning. And the Bronx is abuzz. And that'll bring up Spencer, who is 1 for 3. And now you'll have to wonder about what the AI was thinking. They'd gotten everything they could out of Wilcox, and he just faced 1 batter too many. Now here's Spencer. His home run in the 8th made it 4-2. The pitch, they get with him. It's a ground ball to Thompson. Too little, too late. It's extras in game 1. And after 9, Detroit 4, the Yankees 4. And so the Yankees will turn to Sparky Lyle with all the lefties in the lineup. It's his 52nd appearance. He is 10-2 with 2 saves and an ERA of 3.18. Against the Tigers, this is his 6th appearance. 6 and a third innings, 9 hits, 4 runs all earned. He has walked 3 and struck out 2, and is 2-0 with an ERA of 5.68. He has not pitched since the 2nd, so only a couple days. Against Seattle, an inning and a third. 2 hits and a strikeout. So overall, 82 innings, 87 hits, 7 homers, 30 runs, 29 earned. He walked 21 and struck out 25. He's a ground ball pitcher, a fastball pitcher, 83. Bo Jackson, I guess, put one off the back wall just below the billboard. And at the old stadium, those would have been the billboards. I'm not sure they added much of anything to that. They just changed what was there. So Jason Thompson, Steve Kemp, and Lance Parrish. 4-4. Top the 10th of game 1. Pitch to Thompson. Struck him out. A 1-2. Swung on and missed. And now I'll bring up Kemp, who's 1 for 3 with a walk. That ball that Spencer smashed was to the moon. And Jackson did have incredible power. Up the middle. That's a base hit. So the Tigers had the go-ahead run on and 1 out for Lance Parrish, who was 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. It'll be Dent, Rivers, and Randolph for the Yankees in the bottom of the 10th. Pitch to Parrish. Line drive, Nettles. 2 out. And you've watched what makes the Yankees so dangerous. A game that Gidry pitched that he did not pitch all that well, but yet they bailed him out. Here's Tim Corcoran, 263, no homers, and 17 RBI. And there's a base hit right center field. Jackson will retrieve it. Kemp will run to third. And the Tigers have runners on the corners. 2 out for Rodriguez. Aurelio, 1 for 4. Has an RBI double and a run scored. So Kemp 90 feet away. And Bo Jackson is the only pro athlete to be named an all-star in 2 sports. Baseball and football. Pitch. And there's a long drive right center field. Kemp will score. Corcoran will round third. Jackson's going to throw. Randolph to Munson. No! 6 for Detroit. And so the governor has called. The Tigers have gotten a reprieve. And Lyle is the one that gave it up. And that brings up Trammell, who is 1 for 4. With an RBI and a run scored, he has struck out twice. Now you got to wonder if they will go with John Hiller in the 10th. I think if Bo had only played football, he'd go down as the greatest ever. Pitch to Trammell. Ground ball to third. Nettles across the way. And that will retire the side. No, they're going to leave Wilcox in. Jim Brown scored a touchdown in every game he played in, right? Here's Bucky Dent. He's 1 for 3. At this point, I'll override the computer. I don't know why they're leaving Wilcox in, but we'll give him an out. Yeah, the AI doesn't do a good job bringing in relievers. Pitch to Dent. Struck him out. A 1-2 looking at 84. 1 out. So Wilcox has faced 36 batters, 9 1/3 innings, 9 hits, a homer, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, 117 pitches. Rivers is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Line drive right field in front of Corcoran. Randolph, who's still sitting on a 6-game hitting streak. All right. So John Hiller will come in for the save. Hiller hasn't pitched in a while. 32nd appearance. He is 4-6 with 5 saves and an ERA of 4.20. Smoke him if you got him. Against the Yankees? Yep. In the 9th, I could see him doing it. But you got to win the ball game. Here's your chance. And so in the 10th, we'll play the handover on. 6 appearance against the Yankees. 4 innings, 8 hits. So, and 4 runs, all earned. He has struck out 4. 0-1 with a save and an ERA of 9. His last appearance was the 2nd against the Royals. 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits, and 2 strikeouts. So 55 2/3 innings, 57 hits, 4 homers, 26 runs, 26 earned. He walked 24 and struck out 47. Fly ball pitcher. It's still blowing in from left, by the way. It's still raining, but not as hard. And the fastball at 93. Tying run at the plate is Randolph. And he's sitting on a 6-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 3. He has grounded into a double play and walked. 1 out, bottom of the 10th, game 1. Pitch to Willie. Ground ball at Trammell. Whittaker for 1. No throw. So Randolph with speed here. Well, you don't know. I mean, you got the heart of the Yankee order here. This one isn't over yet. Here's Munson. Thurman is 1 for 4. Doubled and scored. Thank you, sir. 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors. 9 left on for Detroit. The Yankees, 4 runs, 10 hits, and 4 left on. Jamie likes Sean Hiller as Higgins and Magnum P.I. I still think one of the funniest lines I heard was last night. We're talking about Taco Bell. And Mr. Forsberg said, you don't buy tacos, you rent them. Am I going out? Throw to first, Randolph back. So Munson, see if they can keep the game alive here. Pitch from Hiller. Munson to left, but Kemp is there, and the Tigers win the ball game. So game 1 goes to Detroit, 6-4. Johnny Padres has hit a homer for Lorenzo. So Milt Wilcox goes 9 1/3 innings. He could have thrown 139 pitches and was a plus pitcher. That's why the computer was leaving him in. Hiller goes 2/3 of an inning. Only needs 3 pitches. Ron Guidry, 9 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 7. But Sparky, 1 bad inning. But the Yankees have Gossage for whatever they need in game 2. So, Aurelio Rodriguez, his big base hit, won the ball game. And that is how Detroit will win game 1. 6-14-0 for the Tigers. 4-10-0 for the Yankees. All right, what we're going to do is play the games that matter here. And I'm going to take a drink and set for game 2. So, doubleheader between Seattle and Milwaukee. Drysdale could hit. Oops, nope. That's not what I meant to do. Let's try it again. All right, Milwaukee wins the first of their doubleheader 9-1. All teams matter. Mike Caldwell goes to 16-9. Abbott 7 for 11. The Mariners. Oh, that was yesterday, so don't even read that. Ogilvy 2 for 4 in game 1 with 2 RBI in his 13th. Game 2. I'm trying to find it here. Belongs to Seattle, so they'll split 5-2. McLaughlin goes to 6-4. Travers 4-14. Robin Yount with his 11th of the year. So Milwaukee 78 and 62.5. Philadelphia St. Louis a doubleheader. Game 1, St. Louis. Bob Force throws a 4-hitter, And George Hendrick has 4 hits. He goes 4 for 5, 3 RBI, and 2 double. So good news for the Pirates. 8-0 St. Louis in game 1. In game 2, the Phillies get swept. Silvio Martinez, as my arm falls asleep, goes to 4-8. Jim Lonborg goes to 7-11. Bake McBride, 1 for 4, triple, a stolen base, and a walk. So Pittsburgh's margin is now 3. Let's see, the Pirates host the Mets in the Twin Bill. Game 1 belongs to the Pirates, 11-4. Willie Stargell gets 4 hits. Jim Rooker goes to 11-8. Roy Lee Jackson goes to 0-1. Stargell 4 for 5, 3 RBI, and 3 doubles. In game 2, the Pirates sweep, and so the margin now is 2 games. Jim Bibby goes to 8-7. Juan Berenguer 0-3. Joe Youngblood 3 for 5 with his 8th home run and 2 RBI. The Mets now have lost an ungodly amount of games in a row. The Dodgers, 6 straight, I believe. Montreal, Chicago doesn't matter. Chicago, Minnesota does. And Chicago has beaten Minnesota 4-3. Francisco Barrios goes to 12-9. Jeff Son 11-13. Torres 1 for 3 with his 2nd home run. Let's see how the Dodgers did. They beat San Francisco 4-2. Don Sutton goes to 14-13. Ed Halucki takes a loss 10-7. Davey Lopes is 22nd of the year and stole 2 bases. So the Dodgers lead is now 4 over Cincinnati. San Diego and Atlanta does matter. Atlanta has beaten San Diego 4-2. Larry McWilliams goes to 4-5. Gaylord Perry takes a loss. He's 13-11. And Gene Garber with the save. Boston and Baltimore. And the Red Sox have shut out the Orioles. So the Yankee fans are happy about that. Eckersley, 13-13. McGregor, 13-12. And Jim Rice smashes his 46th of the year. So that helps you, Lorenzo. Now, from Houston, Cincinnati at the Astrodome. And good news for the Dodgers is the Astros beat the Reds 11-6. Floyd Bannister goes to 5-7. Tiny Bonham 8-10. Joe Morgan 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Texas shuts out California. Doc Ellis goes to 8-6. He throws a complete game, 3 strikeout performance. And last but not least, that's right, the Washington Red Sox won the Battle of the Beltway. Kansas City 10, Oakland 1. Rich Gale gets the win. Mike Norris the loss. Amos Otis his 20th homer. So as we go into game 2 of the doubleheader, Philadelphia by 2 over Pittsburgh. The Dodgers now 4.5 over the Reds. That's not the biggest spread. The Yankees a half game over Baltimore, 2.5 over Milwaukee, and Texas leads Kansas City by 2.5. So next game 2 between the Yankees and the Tigers. It'll be Jack Morris for the Tigers and Paul Lindblad for the Yankees. And as you take a look at Paul Lindblad, this is not who the Yankees want. They did get some help from the Red Sox because Baltimore lost their game. But that's it. And now the Dodgers have the largest lead of any of the 4 divisions. So I'm going to munch on something here real quick while you guys talk amongst yourselves. Okay, it's still raining here at the stadium. Wind now blowing in from New Jersey in the left field from at 12. Paul Lindblad, who came from the Rangers, making his only start. He's appeared 4 times, hasn't pitched in a while. No record, an ERA of 6.35, 11 in the third innings, 14 hits. He has not faced the Tigers. His last appearance was out of the pen against California. 2 in the third innings, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, and a strikeout. So 11 in the third innings, 14 hits, 8 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Phil Rizzuto is spiking his cannoli as we speak. Guy on Delphi, I'm being told, is offering 42 old-timer teams plus the 62 Dodgers plus a Hall of Fame team in Stratomatic for 55, including shipping. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like that. That's a good deal. Lineup for the Tigers in Game 2. Ron LaFleur will lead off in center field. Steve Dillard will play second in Game 2 and bat second. Rusty Staub will hit third at the DH spot. Jason Thompson at first cleans up. Steve Kemp is in left. He'll bat fifth. Aurelio Rodriguez at third will bat sixth. Stegman. It's still not a bad deal if it's discs. In right field, I don't know who he is. In fact, he might not have played. He has no batting average. Let's see if Mr. Forsberg remembers Stegman before he comes in. Milt May behind the plate and Wagner at short with Jack Morris. Yep, before he threw the split finger. And he could go 105 pitches. Defensively for the Yankees in Game 2, Roy White, a 7 and a ramen noodle arm of 1. In left, Mickey Rivers is an 8 and 5. In center, Gary Thomason is in right field. No Reggie Jackson in Game 2, at least to start. Thomason is a 3. Craig Dennell's at third. He's a 10. Bucky Dunn a 6 at short. Willie Randolph a 7 at second. Chris Chambliss a 10 at first. And Munson behind the plate in Game 2, a 9 and an 8. LaFleur, our interns have done the math, 283, 11 homers, and 45 RBI. Dave Stegman, a good quad A player. Yankees play for the bunt. And Game 2 in the rain starts with a base hit to center field. So LaFleur, who stole 61 in Game 1, apparently it's Dave Stegman. Start off with a single. Here is Steve Dillard at 272, no homers and 11 RBI. So no Whittaker and no Walkenfuss and no Trammell in Game 2. There goes LaFleur. Line drive to Randolph, and that is an easy double play. Hit and run was on. LaFleur was halfway to second, and that's 2 out. LaFleur just takes off the hat and tips it. Here's Rusty Staub at 286, 24 homers and 108 RBI. Yep, these are all as-played lineups. So I don't have any bias in the selection. I generally don't interfere with what the visitor's trying to do unless it's so painfully obvious. But this is who Ralph Houck and Bob Lemon trotted out for Game 2. Pitch to Staub is a line drive to right. Thomason's there. And Outwell retire the side. No runs, a hit. Nobody left after one. No score. Or after half an inning. No score. So Jack Morris will get one more start after this. He is 3 and 4 with a save and an ERA of 4.42. He has faced the Yankees long-term out of the pen, 5 innings. So one of those yeoman's work deals. 6 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 4 and got a loss. His last time out, I don't know if this was a start or not, but the Minnesota Twins shelled him. He didn't even get an out. 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 2. That's bad. So 75 in the third innings, 85 hits, 39 runs, 37 earned, 5 homers, 41 walks, and 33 strikeouts. And his ERA went up 0.6 of a run. He's a fastball pitcher at 90 and will throw the grounder. No, I think here's my argument. Oh, let me get the lineups in, and then I'll make my argument for as played. Mickey Rivers will lead off for the Yankees in Game 2 in center field. Willie Randolph will bat second and play second. Thurman Munson will catch and bat third. Chris Chambliss cleans up at first. Craig Dennels at third will bat fifth. Lou Piniella is your DH for Game 2. He'll bat 6th. Roy White is in left field. He'll go 7th. Gary Thomason is in right. He'll bat 8th. And Bucky Dent at short will bat 9th. And Lindblad, who can throw 90 pitches. Expect to see Gossage, if it's close, early. He'll bat 9th. Steve Kemp is a 6 and a 4 and left. Ronnie LaFleur is a 6 and 6 in center. And Dave Stegman is kind of like a ramen noodle. He's 2 and a 2. Rodriguez at 8 at third. Mark Wagner a 4 at short. Steve Dillard a 4 at second. Jason Thompson is an 8 at first. Mark Miltmay is a 6 and 6 behind the plate. And Morris is 7 on the mound, but not a very good fielder at 909. Captain Carl, how you doing, Bobby? Rivers at 303, 6 homers and 33 RBI. There are 2 schools of thought here with the as replay, and I'll go on the screen for this. One, and replay what I do, and I just kind of go game o' the day. It gets the usage right, because I treat these games like I'm just dropping in from city to city, and I don't know what the bullpen usage is the day before, and blah, 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 blah. And so it just makes it easy. It should get the numbers right, certainly gets the starters right as far as the pitching is concerned. And although I manage one team, it just kind of is half as it half does. It just makes sure that everything's right. It also makes it fair for the computer because we're all playing under the same circumstances. They're using the real lineups, and I'm using the real lineups. Now, Al Red Sox fan used the real rosters or real lineups when he did his 77 Go-Go Mets and Red Sox replay. But he configured around the lineups to make more sense. So he could do the colder hitters to go lower, and the hotter hitters he could put where he wanted. So a modified as played. Same players, but not necessarily in the same order. I would think that since they won the league that year, that you'd want to go with as played, just because he got it right, and you want to make sure that people get enough of fatigue. So that's just my 2 cents for it, but it's your replay. Play it how you want. Yeah, Ricky's right. When he uses OOTP like historical lineups to start off, if anything helps me learn what the season was, like if I don't know much about it. We got to get you Action PC. I think you'd like it. Here's Mickey Rivers. He's at 303. 6 homers and 33 RBI. Tigers won the opener 6-4, and the Tigers are 68 and 68. And if you live in New England, that's WRKO. And if you live in North Carolina, that's a station in Durham, I believe. Pitch to Rivers. Here's a fly ball, shallow right center field. LaFleur makes the catch, 1 out. Brings up Randolph at 284, 2 homers and 35 RBI. Morris steals. Little ground ball to Wagner. Over across the way, Randolph can fly, and he beat it out. Not sure Wagner was prepared for that. And Randolph took it out of the gate like Usain Bolt. And that brings up Munson at 283, 6 homers and 67 RBI. We're going to hit and run here. Pitch to Munson. There goes Randolph. And that deflects off the mound. Randolph goes to... No, that deflected off of Morris's leg. And Morris is done. That hit off just below Jack. Watch it again here on the replay. This hurts. Oh, yeah, he took it off the kneecap. And so Randolph will go to second. They got the out. That hit so hard, it bounced right to Wagner. And so let's tell you about Steve Baker, who I don't really know anything about. His 11th appearance, he's 2-3 with a 5.79 ERA. He has faced the Yankees 4 times now. Ow, that hurt. Yeah. He has started twice, 10 innings, 13 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He walked 8 and struck out 11. He is good for 80 pitches. He hasn't pitched since July 17th. So certainly is a September call-up. 6 innings and a start against the Angels. 3 hits, no runs, walked 4 and struck out 5 in a win. So overall, 42 innings, 9 hits, 5 homers, 29 runs, 27 earned. He's walked 39, struck out 32. He is a fastball pitcher at 96. And a ground ball plus pitcher. And Randolph is on second with 2 out. Well, this one took a strange turn early, didn't it? Here's Chambliss at 269, 10 homers and 84 RBI. And yep, this is certainly a game 2 of we're out of the season doubleheader lineup for the Tigers. Mr. Forsberg plays as played, but pinch hit. I usually do. Everybody needs to be up 3 times. Morris, well, we can show it to you again. Here's what happened, and right off the kneecap, he bounced it to Wagner, and Morris is hurt. So a 2 out in the first. Pitch to Chambliss. There's a ground ball to Dillard over to first, and this one is kind of taking a turn towards Baker Street. After 1, Yankees get a hit, leave a runner on, injure Jack Morris, no score. So Jason Thompson will face Paul Lindblad. Thompson at 292, 16 homers and 88 RBI. So this one's been a right strange one to start. Pitch to Jason, ball 4. So you thought the Tigers might have had an advantage with the Yankees using Lindblad here in game 2, especially with Guidry getting no decision. Did not pitch well enough to earn the win anyway. And then Sparky Lyle, as Al, Red Sox fan, would say, pooped the bed. Here's Kemp, 290, 17 homers, and 72 RBI. Little bunt. Lindblad throws it to Randolph covering, and it works. Thompson moves the second one out. That hurt. Oh. Here's Rodriguez. Aurelio at 240. 8 homers and 36 RBI. PGA Championship, by the way, tonight from Harding Park. I'm not sure that's an airbrush jobby. I think the Rangers logo was that big. It is Texas, after all. Gets away from Munson, and Thompson moves up 90 on the wild pitch. So Rodriguez has a 1-2 count. Into right center, back goes Thomason, that's off the wall. Rodriguez will hold at second, but he's in there with a stand-up double, and the Tigers lead game 2-1-0. I like their new uniforms, by the way. One of the few things about the season I like. So Dave Stegman. That's true. I've got it. From the Washington Nationals. Stegman in real life went 4 for 14. That's an average of 286, a homer and 3 RBI. And there's a fly ball to right. Thomason has it for the out. Rodriguez will hold 2 away. For Milt May, at 269, 11 homers and 38 RBI. May into right. Thomason going back. Gone. And so it's 3-0 Detroit here in the second. Stegman is in Jamie's 81 replay with the Hawaii Islanders. And later on will be with the Columbus Clippers. So they went to the Yankees. Who was Hawaii in 81? PCL for Hawaii and the International League for Columbus. Here's Wagner, mark at 260, no homers and 11 RBI. The Yankees aren't helping their cause yet. Here's a fly ball, shallow right field. Rivers comes in, makes the catch. That will retire the side. But the Tigers get 3 based on the 2-run blast by Milt May. 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Tigers. So Nettles, Piniella, and White to face Steve Baker. Nettles at 318, 27 homers and 95 RBI. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez across the way to Thompson. Nettles is out by an eyelash. Got him on the bang banger. 1 out. For Piniella at 296. 2 homers and 55 RBI. Yeah, Nettles is having an MVP season. An incredible year. Maybe the best of his career. And if they get into the playoffs, that defense, well, it won them this. Let's be honest. Nettles won them the 78 series. Piniella, right center. LaFleur, 2 out. Brings up Roy White. Didn't play in game 1. 272, 5 homers, and 33 RBI. White signals into right. And a 2-out single for Thomas and Gary at 246. 5 homers and 17 RBI. Pitch from a throw to first, White back. After coming back to tie game 1, then lose it, and now the Yankees were kind of stewing, and now they're down 3-0 in game 2. Ball 4. So Bucky Dent at 215, 3 homers and 23 RBI. Padres was a complete game for the Dodgers. A 4-hitter over the Colts. Johnny Unitas went 10 for 22 for 89 yards and 2 picks. Yeah, Rodriguez could field at third. Pitch to Dent. Bucky hits a slow roller to short. Wagner across the way, and that'll do it. So the Yankees get no runs on a hit, no errors. We go to the third, 3-0 Tigers. So top of the lineup up for Detroit. LaFleur, Dillard, and Staub. LaFleur singled. Lindblad came in on the injury, so I can't say it's 9 batters, but he's gone 2 innings, 3 hits, the home run to May, and a walk through 29 pitches. LaFleur into left. White, 1 out. So tonight you're going to see at Harding Park. Now a lot of you will probably watch the PGA. This is going to be a fun little tournament because you're going to have your scoring chances. Here's Dillard. He's 0 for 1. You got crosswinds like you did at the Open Championship. And you got some short holes. It plays as a par 70. But it's not flat. And it's narrow. And so fairways are going to be hard to hit. You're going to see the other 3 major championship winners. Kerry Middlecoff, who won the Masters. Jose Maria Olazabal, who won the U.S. Open. And Dustin Johnson, who won the Open Championship. 7 Eastern tonight, right here on Retro Sports Network. And unless someone goes out and fires a 62 or a 63, You'll see the San Francisco area legends Johnny Miller, Billy Casper, and Ken Venturi tomorrow night. Pitch to Dillard is a line drive right center field. Thomason will pick it up on a hop, and that's the fourth Tiger hit. Staub is 0 for 1. Pitch. Line drive. Rivers makes the catch, 2 out. So here's Thompson. Walked and scored his first time up. And there's a liner to right. Thomason is there. He'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 3-0 Tigers. So 73 degrees. It's still raining here. And the wind blowing in from left at 12. Rivers is 0 for 1. Baker, well, we already gave you the numbers. Aurelio Rodriguez's 1969 Topps baseball card features the California Angels bat boy, who would later go on to play Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley. And now you know the rest of the story. Actually, I made that part up. But it does sound like something that would be a Paul Harvey story, wouldn't it? Pitch to Rivers is a ground ball base hit right side. Stegman will pick that up. Here's Randolph. He singled his first time up. Rivers will probably go here. Baker goes to the plate to throw to second, goes into center field. Rivers has second stolen, and he goes to third on the bad throw by May. So Mickey on third, first Yankee runner in scoring position. And now Randolph with a 0-1 count. Jamie says he wished the Sens traded the bat boy instead of Rodriguez to Detroit for the corpse of Denny McLain. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez stabs it. Rivers will score to throw to first. They get Randolph. But Rodriguez saved an extra base hit. It's 3-1. And so we cross the top of the 1 o'clock hour. My name is Ron Juckett. This is Retro Sports Network. The Labor Day doubleheader between the Tigers and the Yankees as we hit the climax of our 1978 regular season replay. Thurman Munson's 0 for 1. Wind is blowing in now from left at 74. Munson in the center. LaFleur, 2 out for Chambliss. Chris is 0 for 1. Baker from the wind. Base hit up the middle. Dillard dove. He couldn't get there. And now here's Nettles, who's 0 for 1. Chambliss takes a big lead off at first. Do I do it? Do I do it? Oh, yeah. And Chambliss couldn't get a jump. He was supposed to steal, and Bob Lemon says a couple dang it's in the dugout. Nettles is 0 for 1, a 1-ball count and 2 out. Baker, line drive, right field. Stegman comes in and makes a catch off the top of his shoe tops. And so the Yankees will get a hit and strand a runner. We go to the 4th, 3-1 Detroit. And so with all the contenders playing their games today, the Dodgers, magic number is 21. As the lead over the Reds is now 4.5. Philadelphia, it's still 2. Pittsburgh making a run. Texas has won 3 straight. 2.5 over Kansas City. Minnesota, 5 out. In California, has collapsed. And the Yankees' lead over Baltimore is half a game and 2.5 over Milwaukee. All right. You're welcome, Todd B. Glad you could join us. Detroit and the Red Sox are tied at 68 and 68. So the Dodgers have the largest lead. Pitch to Kemp. Ground ball, base hit in the left center field. Kemp's going for two. The throw to Randolph. Not in time. White tried to get him. White does not have a good arm. And Kemp got in there. So it's runner in scoring position for the original A-Rod, who doubled home a run and scored in the second. It's Hallinan from left to right now at 23. It's not a comfortable afternoon. And if you had tickets for Flushing Meadow, well, forget it. They're not playing any tennis at the new tennis center today. In the right center, Thomason has it for the out. Kemp will go back and hold. One away for Stegman, who's 0 for 1. Lindblad, 59 pitches. Trying to hang in there. Fly ball left field. White going back. Gone! 5-0 Tigers. White gave chase, but he ran out of room. And Lindblad just kind of sits there and stares at the mound. Milt May homered his first time up, hit a 2-run shot. So the Yankees have their work cut out for them. Yeah, I had no idea who Mr. Stegman was, and I believe the proper word is Yankee killer. Pitch to May. There's a ground ball to Randolph. He'll throw it over to first. And there's 2 out for Mark Wagner, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Nettles, who makes a diving stop in the hole over to first, and the side is retired. But Mr. Stegman with a 2-run homer, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Once again, Mr. Forsberg, cheer up. 5-1 Tigers. So Piniella, White, and Thomason to face Baker here in the bottom of the 4th. Baker about halfway through his pitch count. He's thrown 2 in the 3rd inning after Morris took one off the knee. Steg is a known player now, yep. And as we would say, he is a household name in his own house. Pitch to Piniella, ball 4. Here's White. He's singled his first time up. Piniella with good speed. We'll see. Throw to first. That's why I didn't do it. Piniella back. So Baker now will concentrate on White. Roy, fly ball, right field. Stegman in the corner makes the catch. 1 out for Gary Thomason, who walked his first time up. Pitch to Gary. Ground ball to Baker. Dillard for 1, no throw to first, so they get the 4s. And there's 2 out for Mr. Dent. Bucky is 0 for 1. Pitch. Fly ball, shallow left. Kemp has it for the out. And so we've played 4. Lindblad has given me the fatigue warning. And so, after 4, 5-1 Tigers. So thanks for hanging in as we now do an hour and 39 minutes into this monster first stream. Yep. So LaFleur, as Lindblad will start his 3rd and last time through the lineup. LaFleur 1 for 2. Lindblad 75 pitches through 4. 6 hits, 2 homers, a walk, no strikeouts, and 5 earned runs. Pitch to LaFleur. Right back to Lindblad, over to first for the out. Here's Dillard. Steve is 1 for 2. So much for this being a bad lineup for the Tigers. Into left center, that's going to drop. So now we'll keep an eye on Lindblad. Dillard will hold. Here's Staub. Rusty 0 for 2. Munson and Lindblad change around some signs. Staub hits a fly ball to right. Thomason is there. He'll make the catch, and Dillard will go back. 2 out. Stegman will get some nice ink in the Detroit Free Press tomorrow. Jason Thompson, he's 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. Lindblad really down to the brass tacks. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball right center field. Rivers, he's running a long way and makes the catch to retire the side. Hey, you guys get another commercial. Good for you. No runs, a hit, no errors. Halfway home in game 2. 5-1 Tigers. Well, in game 2 of this doubleheader, the Tigers got handed a bunch of chicken fertilizer and have turned it into chicken salad. Jack Morris, who was their scheduled starter, took one off the knee in the first, and Steve Baker has filled in with Yeoman's Word. In the second, Aurelio Rodriguez doubled home Jason Thompson to make a 1-0 Tigers. Then Milt May smashed a 2-run shot to make it 3-0 Detroit. Willie Randolph was a fielder's choice in the third, made it 3-1. And then Dave Stegman, the hero of the Hawaii Islanders, made it 5-1 with a 2-run bomb in the fourth. It's his first game of the year, and might be ever, depending on when look. So Baker, 3 in the third innings, 3 hits. He's faced 15 batters and given up a run. Lindblad's day is done. He gave the Yankees 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. The 2 homers killed him. So Rivers, 1 for 2. He has scored a run and stolen a base. This one isn't over yet. If you were with us in game 1, the Yankees came from a 4-1 deficit down to tie it at 4 in the ninth. Struck him out. First strikeout for Baker. A 1-2 fastball on the outside corner. And that brings up Randolph. Willie 1 for 2. He is singled and driven in a run. There's a line drive left center field. Randolph is on with a single. And now I'll bring up Munson, who's 0 for 2. Baker isn't much longer for this game either. And so the Yankees, if they can just kind of, one batter at a time type baseball here. Struck him out. Munson looked at an 0-2 at 96, and that's 2 out. This is this is Dave Stegman's major league debut. Not too shabby, a 2-run shot at Yankee Stadium. Who cares if it came off the hot dog vendor in the third deck? You hit a home run in your first game at Yankee Stadium. Here's Chambliss, he's 1 for 2. And that's certainly worth a sneaker, Lorenzo, isn't it? May and Baker chase some signs. Steve winds and deals. Chambliss into left center. LaFleur rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Yankees are going to go to the pen. We go to the 6th, 5-1 Detroit. That's true. We didn't plan that one at all, but you only get to see his debut. Can't find it on any archive. Don't know what Ernie Harwell said, but you can find it on Retro Sports Network. Well, we can't use Sparky Lyle. Who can we use here? Oh, boy. We're going to go with Kenny Clay on 2 days rest. And we're just trying to see how far we can get before they got to go with Gossage. Kenny making his 31st appearance. He is 5-0 on the year with a 4.48 ERA. Sure. Nice enthusiasm there, Lorenzo. Against the Yankees, he would pitch for the Yankees. Against the Tigers, it's his 5th appearance. He started the ball game, 10 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 3. He has a win and an ERA of 2.53. He pitched 2 days ago, I'm presuming out of the rotation against Seattle. 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits, a win, 1 run. It was earned. It must have been out of the pen then. He walked 2 and struck out 1. So in 92 innings in the third, he's allowed 120 hits, 7 homers, 50 runs, 46 earned. He's walked 28 and struck out 44. Ground ball plus pitcher in the fastball at 86. And this really is a bridge to Gossage, who really kind of has to go, because that's really their only arm. You could use Ron Davis, who has just been called up, but with an 11.82 ERA, no problem. I'll read that in a second. Here's Kemp. He's doubled and scored. Clay is not a good fielder. And if you're looking for a worst possible scenario for the Yankees, you're probably seeing it right now. The good news is they get to beat up on the Red Sox an awful lot in September. I did. And I'm sorry. Struck him out. The announcer's jinx is on, and there's strike 3. A 1-2 on the outside corner, 1 out for Rodriguez. Avilio 1 for 2. He doubled, scored a run, and drove in a run. I don't usually read the compliments because they're very sweet, but it just kind of reads bad if I do that. But I'll read this one because I give Lorenzo a lot of garbage. I watch a lot of streams in many genres, and with few exceptions, no one provides the depth and breadth of content that I. Thank you very much. Mr. Mao, how are you? Remember, golf tonight, hopefully that'll be as exciting as this. Pitch to Rodriguez is a ground ball to Chambliss. He'll take it to the bag himself. And the Yankees, they're liking this. It'll be Nettles, Piniella, and White in the bottom of the 6th. Here's that man Stegman again. His major league debut, a 2-run homer. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball on the grass. Randolph picks it up. It's wet. He throws to first, and Stegman is retired. And now you're going to see John Hiller in for Baker. And so the Tigers need 12 outs. Well, it was kind of out of their pen. You heard your favorite words? Yes. Go Giants. So Hiller pitched in the first game. He's now pitched in 32. He is 4-6 with 6 saves and an ERA of 4.15. Against the Yankees, 7th appearance, 4 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs all earned, 4 strikeouts, and 2 saves along with a loss. He got the save in game 1, 2/3 of an inning. 56 1/3 innings, 57 hits, 4 home runs, 26 runs all earned. He has walked 24 and struck out 47. So Nettles, Piniella, and White. Hiller has 50 pitches. If he plays his cards right, he could get all 12 outs. Pitch to Nettles is a fly ball to right. Stegman says, yeah, go me, 1 out. Here's Piniella. Lou, in 411 plate appearances, has walked 11 times. He's a contact hitter. 0 for 1 with a walk in game 2. Who was it that was saying that he had to walk to take more pitches? I think that was Todd B., wasn't it? Pitch to Lou is a fly ball to right. Stegman off the wall. Piniella's gunning for 2. He's got it. And a 1-out double for Roy White. who is 1 for 2. He's got himself a single. Pitch to Roy, popped up left side. Wagner, 2 out. It's still raining here in New York. It has rained through this entire doubleheader. The wind's blowing out from left to right at 19, and it's 76 WJR degrees. Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey in the booth next to me. Thomason is 0 for 1 with a walk. Dave seriously underrated Steg's defensive abilities. Pitch to Thomason, struck him out. Hiller got him on a 1-2 fastball changeup on the inside corner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 6-5-1 Tigers. Stegman only played 8 games in the field. He played 5 in center and 3 in right. Here's May at the 2-run homer. So Kenny Clay will start his second inning of work. May 1 for 2, his 12th of the year, and is driven in 40. He stood there like the house across the street. Absolutely. And there's a fly ball to right. Back goes Thomason for the out. I think I recall team stacked lineups, Jamie says, with right-handed hitters to avoid hitting to the right when Steg played. Is he still with us, hopefully? This would be a blast for him to watch, wouldn't it? Here's Mark Wagner, who's 0 for 2. Pitch from... Oh, we got a rain delay. And so 27 minutes later, we hope you enjoyed the Three Stooges visit the Harlem Globetrotters on the set of Scooby-Doo. That's Rain Delay Theater with 1 out in the 6th. So that was a half-hour delay. We hope you enjoyed Rain Delay Theater. So Clay will come back out. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And nobody on for Mark Wagner. Ground ball to Randolph. Throws to first for the out. So that'll bring up Ron LaFleur, who's 1 for 3. The bad news is Hiller is down to 20 pitches. The Tigers are going to have to go to the pen again. LaFleur has himself a single. 1 for 3. Ground ball to Randolph behind the bag. Over to first, and that will retire the side. Stretch time here in game 2. 5-1. You know what happens in New England when it's humid and you leave your snack out full of corn goodness? They get stale. They're still somewhat fresh, but you can taste the humidity. Here's Bucky Dent. Bucky 0 for 2. Rivers and Randolph to follow. The wind is now howling at 23 out to left center. Changed around, now blowing towards New Jersey. Off the harbor. Pitch to Dent. Hiller got him, and Ed Glynn will come into pitch. That was exciting. Eddie Glynn making the 7th appearance of the replay. He is 1-0 with an ERA of 3.27. He has not pitched against the Yankees. Last outing was the 27th against the Brewers. He went inning and 2/3. 11 innings in total, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. He is a he is a fly ball plus pitcher. Fastball is at 89. Jamie's loving this, aren't you? a Charlestown, Charlie's. Handicap hot fries. Really good, too. So 5-1, bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Rivers is still 1 for 3. A drop one here. Has singled and struck out. He drops one down. May throws to Dillard. 1 out. Oh, wait till I take a drink of something. Here's Randolph. Willie is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and driven in a run. Struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. My wife's going to work. 2-2 on the corner. Strike 3. Come here, you. Oh, I'm not. Come here. After 7, it's 5-1 Tigers. Give the wifey a kiss. I've been at this now for an hour and 56 minutes. So the wifey's off to work. I'm taking a nap when we're done here. Steve Dillard, Rusty Staub, and Jason Thompson to face Clay at least to start the 8th. Yep, September baseball with the big rosters. Tigers won the opener 6-4, and they lead 5-1 here in the 8th of game 2. Pitch to Dillard is a ground ball to Nettles across the way. Dillard's flying, and he's safe on an error. Nettles' throw was wide of the bag. How you doing, my friend? And that's an error. So everybody's got an error. It's funny when Mr. Waterfield watches this, he's going, is there ever a game you've not had a run in the first inning? Both games, we did not have a run in the first inning. So here's Staub. Rusty's 0 for 3. Munson, Chambliss, and Nettles in the bottom of the 8th. Munson and Clay. She is a veritable saint. Staub, base hit left field. White will pick it up. Dillard goes to third. And Lemon will come out for the Goose. So the Yankees are going to try to slam the door right now. They really cannot lose this game. They probably will. But if they're going to win it, Detroit cannot score again. Gossage is 7-6 with 25 saves and an ERA of 2.21 in 44 games. Against the Tigers, this is his 5th appearance. 7 innings, 3 hits, a run it was earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7 and has made 2 saves. His last time out was the first. He went 3 innings against Seattle. 3 hits. A run it was earned. He walked a batter and struck out a batter. His long of the year came on July 31st. He went 4 innings against the Rangers. So he can conceivably do that if the Yankees can get back in the ball game. 89 2/3 innings, 61 hits, 7 homers. He has allowed 24 runs, 22 earned. He has walked 30 and struck out 83. And his ERA, as I said, 2.21. Fly ball plus pitcher, and the fastball tops out at 94. But he needs 6 outs, and he needs them right now. Thompson is 0 for 2. He has walked once and scored. Yankees will play halfway. If they got a chance to get Dillard, they really need to get him. But Gossage needs a strikeout. Won't get it. Fly ball to right. Thomason in the corner makes the catch. Dillard will tag. They're going to throw to the plate. The throw to Munson, not in time. 6-1 Tigers. STG replays just replay the 95 series. So you're rooting for Cleveland or Atlanta? Brings up Kemp, who's 1 for 2. So the Tigers have a 5-run lead. Pitch to Kemp. Popped up. Right side. Randolph runs a bit. 2 out. Brings up Rodriguez, 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI and to score a run. Ground ball to third. Nettles to Chambliss, and that error looms large because the Tigers scored on it. A run, a hit, and an error. We go to the bottom of the eighth. The Tigers 6, the Yankees 1. So Munson, Chambliss, and Nettles to face Glenn. And now I think we're working on stranger things having to happen for the Yankees. Pitch to Munson into right field. Stegman, have yourself a day for the out. Stegman has made 4 putouts in right field. Just saying. Here's Chambliss. Chris is 1 for 3. Glenn deals. Right field. Stegman, 2 out. Oh my goodness gracious. It's a game you gotta love because you just never know who's gonna be the hero on a given day. Here's Nettles. He's 0 for 3. The Tigers, if they do win this, are going to go above 500. They'd be 69 and 68. The Yankees, playing game 136, would be 79 and 57. Atlanta's pitching is very good. I think they should beat Cleveland in 95. I don't think that was the fluke. Pitch to Nettles, ball 4. So a 2-out walk from Glenn. Brings up Piniella. Lou is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. White on deck if the inning should be extended. 6 runs, 8 hits, and error for the Tigers. And they've only left on 3. The Yankees will run on 6 hits and an error, and they've left on 7. To Dillard. Over to first, and that will retire the side. Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave a runner on. That's 8. After 8, 6-1 Detroit. You've played Action PC Baseball. Would you kindly explain to the jury how in the world I would do that? Because I'd like to know. Yeah, Glavine, Smoltz, and Maddox were brutal, and they were brutal on the golf course, too. So here's that man Stegman again to face Gossage. Stegman is 1 for 3 in his major league career with a homer and 2 RBI at Yankee Stadium. I mean, it doesn't matter what he does the rest of his career. He hit a home run in his major league debut at Yankee Stadium. Okay, Lorenzo, he should not be the face of the network. That's better than pineapple pizza, I suppose. And, oh, do I know? No, he's not. He's not. They brought out Lou Winnegar, and Stegman says not in a million years. Pitch to Stegman, struck him out. He swung on and missed in the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. You really think after 40 minutes of plopping this player up, I'm going to let them pinch hit for him? Here's Bay, who also had a 2-run shot in the second. He's 1 for 3. Gossage deals. Ground ball to short. Dent by the bag at second. Over to first. And there's 2 out for Wagner. Now you can pitch hit for Wagner if you want. He's 0 for 3. So it'll be White. Jackson will pinch hit for Thomason and Dent. Probably against Glenn. Pitch to Wagner. Here's a ground ball to Chambliss. Flips it to Gossage, and that will retire the side. So the Goose does the job. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and the Yankees need 5 to tie and 6 to win. And Roy White is 1 for 3. He has singled. A promotional consideration has been paid by Retro Sports Network to Dunkin' Donuts for just anything I really wanted over there. America runs on Dunkin'. Pitch to White is popped up. Center field. LaFleur, 1 out. Yep, State gave us off. The movie will be out next week. Here's Jackson Reggie at 302, 23 homers, and 82 RBI. Glenn's pitch struck him out. He got him one on a 1-2 on the inside corner. And the Tigers are 1 out away from sweeping this doubleheader. This is when we play the music montage with ABBA saying the winner takes it all. Mr. Forsberg in the owner's box is just beside himself. He and Jamie are reaching for the Corbell. Dent is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Glenn rocks and fires into right field. Stegman wins the ball game. He signs the ball. He puts it in his pocket, and the Tigers have swept the Yankees 6-4, 6-1. So 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Tigers. The Yankees a run on 6 hits and an error. Jack Morris got hurt in the third batter of the ball game. So Steve Baker, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits and a run to get the win. Hiller and Glint, what a bullpen effort by the Tigers. They get 25 outs. But Stegman, Dave Stegman, our Digital to Dice player of the game, he goes 1 for 4 in his major league debut for 2 RBI, and he gets 6 outs in the outfield. How about that? You go to B, and we play the rest of the day in baseball. There wasn't much that didn't involve playoff teams. So let's see if I can pick these off. Doubleheader, Cubbies sweep the Expos 2-1. Dr. Seuss won game 1. Bruce Sutter with his 21st save. Dan Schatzler takes the loss. He goes to 9-5. Geisel actually got the win for Chicago. And in game 2, Sioan got the win. And a 9-7 win for the Cubs. Rudy May with a loss. He goes to 7-6. Dave Kingman, 2 homers. 25 now on the year. Toronto beat Cleveland 3-2 and 11. Victor Cruz gets the win. Jim Kern the loss. And I think, is that it? That was it. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lorenzo. And a band. How about that? A band at the end of the show. All right, so there you have it. So the standings, we'll just read these off real quick. We're leading at 7 for golf. Philly by 2 over Pittsburgh. Dodgers 4.5 over the Reds. Yankees and Orioles are now tied, but the playoff would be at Yankee Stadium. Milwaukee 2 back. Texas 2.5 over the Royals and 5 over the Twins. First round of the PGA tonight from Hardy Park. That should be fun. That should be a fun course to do. Baseball tomorrow, Red Sox and Orioles at noon Eastern, followed by golf tomorrow night. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you in about 5.5 hours or so. Until then, bye-bye.